keep my pack anchored to me. I'm a living, breathing human being, and I'm worth more than a lot of dead people. I'm worth more than the oaths that you swore to a bunch of dead people. Never mind what great-grandpappy said about this subject or that one. Never mind that it was one from hard experience, this perspective that he had. But he's no longer with us. And maybe conditions have changed, and maybe there's new opportunities. And, you know, my father, God rest his soul, you know, he did not know everything. He was a respected man. He was a good man. He was a man of a rich and varied experience. He was a man who tread very close to the edge and was involved in all kinds of things. You know, he was a very stubborn, strong-willed man. And this is, you know, astrologically coded. And people like him don't come along very often, you know? You know, people are, they're in various delusions, a false attribution, like the people who recruited me into the MK Ultra program, some kind of MK Ultra type program. I don't know, what all they called the different programs. But, they, the kids that they sent my way, to fight me, just out of the blue, they were they were a little younger, than me. Maybe 6 months or so. Yeah. And, they were born in the year of the goat, And the goat is the most sensitive of all the creatures of the zodiac, the Chinese zodiac. And this is in stark contrast to the horse, I was born at the tail end of that year, and I could tell, they were afraid, They were afraid, and, that was part of it. That was part of it, that kind of dynamic, They were concerned about this loss of virility, or loss of, like, grit, or and these things are cyclical, People have to adapt. People have to make best use of their qualities, The goats, they're tremendous. They're absolutely tremendous. Some great artists, Great artists, great, just very perceptive people oftentimes, very and caring people, So you just don't misuse people, and all this idea, this idea that you know what the future is going to hold, or you see yourself as being so wise, and it's foolish, Or you see some dead person as being wise, they don't know, they only knew what they knew. You have to take everything with a grain of salt. They're only one voice, and people have precious little exposure, to good education, quality education. So many different perspectives out there.